Okay, look, I'll tell you everything I think. So first of all, you have Hullbreaker, which is getting, I guess, buffed. I don't know what I'm supposed to say. No one builds this item because it's not very good, I guess. Maybe it is, but it's not properly researched. It could be that. The thing about Hullbreaker is, I mean, it's just me, right? But I don't think this item has a place in League. It's Giga unskilled. It's anti-fun to play with or against. Anti-split push item, guys. Woo. Next one, we have Annie, who's getting 5% AP ratio. One of the rioters unfortunately queued up in Gold Elo, where the opponent was using Alice's Patreon tier list and basically smash him with Annie. So the champion is now getting 5% AP ratio nerf. Aurelion Sol is getting his E nerfed, which is actually a good thing. Congratulations, Riot Games. Where are the compensation buffs? Nerf his E, buff something else. Where is it? Huh? Why is Silas right here? Wherever the fuck the champion is. Where is Silas? Oh, right here. Why is Silas getting his Q buff increase while W gets decreased? Aurelion Sol gets his most unskilled ability nerf. Great. Where are the buffs? Where's the compensation? We're just not gonna have it, guys. We have 57% win rate apparently. Like 5-1 chicks have it apparently. Because they're that much better at the video game than the other players. When the champion is just his E abilities, Giga unskilled, great. Glad we acknowledged it. I mean, the ability should just be reworked. It should just get the moon split passive when you're fucking running straight in line or something. The fly mechanic is just horrible. Gwen gets 20 attack speed, got it from her E. Nice. Why are we not nerfing her W, which is an ultimate spell? No idea. Padas, thank you for subbing. No idea. I mean, I'll take the 20 attack speed nerf. It's not that bad, It's like Camille got her E nerf like 500 times as well, and it was noticeable over time, so yeah. Level 1 Gwen is quite nerfed. Next one, we have Irelia. WAD ratio nerfed by 10% and physical damage reduction nerfed by 10%. The nerfs are fucking choke. Champ still OP. Next. We have Kale 4MR, already commented. Doesn't matter if you're good enough until you get to very, very high elo where people get good at laning, especially in Korean server. Then the nerf is fucking huge and it sucks. That's about it. In late game she's the same, but getting to late game is just harder when base stats get nerfed. Salas, yeah, I mean Salas is soon gonna have like 500 damage on his Q. We just need to wait a couple more patches. They're gonna keep buffing his Q. I mean, this is gonna make probably Q Max Salas be very disgusting in a way. Everfrost into Q, and then half of your HP is gonna get taken. So enjoy, guys. Thrash gets another nerf. I mean, I don't know how many times Thrash is gonna get nerfed and still be played in competitive. I think the champ is horrible, but pro players don't think so, so enjoy some fresh nerfs, I guess. These are pretty good nerfs for lane, though. Play cooldown, less all-ins, and maybe he doesn't get 2 flays off in a fight, so can matter. Viego gets Q base damage down by 10. It's a decent nerf. When are we nerfing his real problems, which is his W and E? We're not. Great. Bonus damage to monsters 10 to 20. Healing from minions 50 to 10%. Now that is like, okay, so he doesn't heal from minions anymore. Okay, when are we gonna do that to Aurelia? Or is Aurelia gonna keep healing from minions? Who the fuck knows? And we have a random Wukong nerf. I guess Wukong is still smashing schools with his Divine Sunder. Who the fuck knows, man? Just whatever. We have a really cool buff here, Blitzcrank, free armor, which has been nerfed in the past, I think, so it's kind of getting reverted now. And then we have 20 damage on Q, which is actually really nice. I like buffs like this because his Q ability is, what's supposed to make the champion strong, and if he doesn't land it, then the champion's technically not even buffed, besides the 3 armor, so I think this is a good direction of a buff. We have Caitlyn having a very small, nice buff. I like it too. We have Cassio getting a damage buff, which is the wrong way to buff her. Damage is not a problem on the champ. The problem with the champ is that she dies instantly. She was the worst passive in the game. And her runes also got it, so this buff is not gonna make her good enough. Her cannon getting actually a really big buff. That's a lot of damage added. And you're probably just gonna Q max now on cannon, no matter what matchup. Because before you could like W or sometimes. I think now it's just Q max always. Problem with cannon still has the same problem, which is he needs to be usually the only AP in the team. The moment you start stacking MR, he gets hurt very like a lot. Because he usually just has to go proto build as well. Thank you, Vonna Proppen, for 6 months resubbing. We have Mordekaiser. This is a bigger buff on Mordekaiser than like they did in the past, right? The past they did like 10% Q buffs and those were useless. This one's definitely bigger because now he can get actually multiple Ws and the damage score is much higher. Problem is Mordekaiser is still Mordekaiser. It's probably not going to be played and the champion needs desperately a rework. Nidalee. You know, as much as I hate Nidalee, as much as I flame Nidalee, I do think this buff is very huge. Because she does gain a lot of levels as a jungler, so the HP per level is pretty big buff, and just overall getting HP is actually a decent buff. Now, I still think this champion is going to be pure garbage in comparative, but in solo queue, this is just a massive buff. I actually wonder if, like, they even overdid this buff, because, like, I can imagine maybe her win rate in solo queue goes up so fucking high, they need to, like, do something. Vrad getting a much needed buff. Now the champion got nerfed like 5 times ever since the release came out and she's pure garbage and now she's getting a W buff which is gonna still make her garbage. So up to the see you next patch, Rel. Q cooldown 9 to 5 to 7 to 5. So a decent early game buff because Shyvana did get nerfed by item changes. And then her AP ratio on Q goes up, which is not a very big buff because she doesn't use Q much. But it's a nice buff anyway. They probably buff Shyvana because of her new skin, not because like they care about Shyvana. Sina getting 20 mana off Q makes her lane slightly better. Makes her basically just like also basing better because she can push more and run less. Level 9 she's the same champion, or like level 7 she's technically the same champion. I don't think she should be played. She's still kinda garbage, you know. Buffs like this don't really fix her. I mean, I'll do Kale here. I mean, they have Fiora. It's unlucky. It's unlucky. We're in it on a rough one. They picked Fiora, so game's not gonna be fun. What did they pick? Diana. Okay, I'm gonna set. Then we have Xayah, which is getting a Q ultimate cooldown buff. I think the thing about Xayah is not sure if people still do Essence Reaver because the item got kind of nerfed. So they're lacking on Xayah. They're lacking a lot of CDR maybe. So ultimate being lower cooldown. I mean, great. Champion is still kind of same. You know, these buffs are not very big for comparative because like people play around these ult cooldowns much better. And then we have also Rumble, passive hit decay and overhits checking is more consistent, various bug fixes. So I believe this is a nerf. More investigations needed waiting until the next patch. Yeah, I mean, the rework is... not sure. Whatever. I think the rework is bad long term. The only good part about the rework is the fact that his skins are nicer, most of them, and the fact that he's cleaner, smoother to play. But gameplay wise, I think his kit is actually probably worse. I don't like the direction they went with it. But maybe it's also the items. Maybe the items make Mundo a bit iffy.